All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Justice case number JVB 1036, Martinez case.
Thank you.
You welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm here to put Daddy on child support.
That's his name, Daddy?
Well, that's what I call him.
Okay. Right. Oh, right. So how many children do you and... I'm sorry, I'm not going to refer to you as Daddy. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Dave.
Dave. Mr. Dave. You're putting Mr. Dave on child support.
Correct.
Okay. How many children do the two of you have?
We have one.
Okay. And what's the backstory? Like, was he not paying? I mean, what was going on?
Okay, so we met a while ago in my hometown. He actually works...
All right, folks, let's dive into another intriguing child support case. Miss Martinez steps forward, seeking child support from Mr. Dave for their child. She explains that their relationship started as a casual arrangement, with Mr. Dave providing her $1,000 a week. However, when she became pregnant, he cut her off financially, leaving her to fend for herself. Now, as she stands before the judge, determined to hold him accountable, the judge listens carefully, noting the unusual circumstances of the case. With both parties at odds, the courtroom atmosphere grows tense. The stage is set for a heated but fair discussion. Let's see how this unfolds, because this one is bound to get interesting. Miss Martinez lays out her case, her voice steady.
In a position where it allows him to travel a lot. He just so happened to be in my hometown, and we kind of met at a bar. We kind of had a few night stands, something like that. And we kind of got an arrangement to where he would basically provide me with about $1,000 a week. With a week, yes, a week. So with my allowance, it allowed me to begin to do my position as a stylist. And when I told him I got pregnant, he cut me off. And now he doesn't want to take care of our child. We already got a DNA test, and he knows it's his child. So I don't know what the problem is. So I'm here to put him on child support.
Okay, so you lost me at the $1,000 a week part. Was that for you only?
For me. He was kind of looking for something that allowed him to have pleasure and, have fun while he's in my hometown. And I was okay with that, because that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want anything serious, like as far as, commitment and marriage and all that good stuff. So we decided to just have fun, and now he wants to cut me off because we have a child together and he doesn't want to take care of him.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to address the $1,000 a week part because that has nothing to do with why we're here. I just want to know about the child support part. Is there a reason you haven't been giving her financial support for the child?
I never agreed to child support.
Okay.
I agreed to the fun part, and fun time's over.
So now that the fun time's over, the adult time begins, which is caring for the child.
I never agreed to have a child with her.
Okay, you probably didn't, but you guys were having fun and had a kid, right?
He wasn't complaining when he was up in there.
Okay, so you guys had a child.
Well, there's no reason to complain, but yes, ma'am.
If we want to get into that, let's not start.
But firm. She explains that her relationship with Mr. Dave was casual, with him providing her $1,000 a week for her services. But when she became pregnant, everything changed. He stopped the payments and cut all financial ties. Struggling to raise their child alone, she took the legal route to demand the support her child rightfully deserves. Miss Martinez emphasizes that a DNA test has already confirmed Mr. Dave as the father, removing any doubt. Now, she's here to ensure he fulfills his financial responsibilities and steps up as a parent. The tension rises as Mr. Dave prepares to defend himself, but Miss Martinez refuses to back down. With the weight of responsibility on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. Mr. Dave steps up, his demeanor confident but defensive. He argues that he never agreed to have a child with Miss Martinez and that their arrangement...
Yeah, please don't, because I don't think I have time for that today. I would have to, set aside some special time to hear all of this story. So we're just going to focus on the important part, okay? Now the child, whether you agreed or signed up for child support, you have a child. You need to take care of that child financially.
Your Honor, I would like to say something. I don't want to make this personal aspersion on her character. How do I know that's my child?
Well, you already had a DNA test. It's been confirmed that you're the father. You forgot about that?
Evidently, it slipped my mind. Yes.
Oh, okay. You're probably having too much fun. But again, you have a child now, and you're going to pay child support. So, let's get some information from you. How much do you make a year?
I make a good year up around 108.
108,000. Okay. And health insurance. Who carries the child on health insurance?
I
He
carry.
does.
Okay. And how many children do you have besides this one?
I have 2 children.
2 children. Okay. So we can give you credit. Well, how old are your children?
They're not in the house. They're adults.
Okay. That wasn't my question. How old are your children?
How old?
Yes.
One's 30, one's 35.
30. Okay. So definitely none under the age of 18.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. So let's do some math here. Looks like your gross comes out close to $9,000 a month. Your net is about $6,436.81. That gives you, well, giving you credit for health insurance. And you said how much was it?
Health insurance about, I think it's around 200.
Okay. So I'll give you credit for the health insurance that you carry on the child. That will bring your child support obligation to $1,287 per month. And that's all he has to pay.
Was purely casual, with no long-term commitments. He admits that the DNA test confirms he's the father, but insists he shouldn't be held financially responsible because he never wanted this responsibility. His argument leans on the idea that consent to a relationship doesn't equate to consent to parenthood. However, the judge isn't buying his excuses, and her expression makes that clear. She reminds him that parenting is a responsibility, not an option, and that legal obligations don't vanish based on personal preference. Mr. Dave's dismissive attitude and lack of accountability don't sit well with the judge, and the tension in the room thickens as the courtroom watches in silence. The judge prepares to make a ruling that ensures the child's needs are met, whether Mr. Dave likes it or not. The judge doesn't hold back. Her ruling is both swift and decisive. She calculates Mr. Dave's child support obligation based on his $118,000 annual income, ordering him to pay $1,287 monthly without delay. Additionally,
I'm okay with that. I mean, it's like a cut to me, but it's fine. I mean, I got my business. I can take care of my child, but I just didn't think it was fair for him not to have an obligation to our child.
I definitely agree with that. He definitely has an obligation to the child in terms of what you all may have going on in fun times. That has nothing to do with me, and I can't do anything about that.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes, make it quick.
I have another life besides this life. I have 2 wonderful kids, a wife, and
Wait a minute.
I need to focus on that life.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
need to focus on this life.
Did you just say you were married?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does your wife know about this 1-year-old?
If this is televised, that might be a factor later on, but at this point, no.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
you were literally at my house yesterday.
Okay, well, you know what? You guys are not going to fight in front of me. So
Sorry.
what we're going to do is, do you have any more questions?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions pertaining to your child support? Not anything else? No fun time, nothing like that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
mandates that he provide health insurance for the child, ensuring proper medical coverage. She reminds him that his casual arrangement with Miss Martinez doesn't excuse him from his legal duties as a father. His personal views on the situation don't change the law, and neglecting financial support isn't an option. The ruling is firm but fair, prioritizing the well-being of the child above all else. The judge also makes it clear that Mr. Dave's personal life, including his marriage, is irrelevant to the case, reinforcing that financial responsibility isn't a matter of convenience. With her final statement, she leaves no room for argument. The law is clear, and Mr. Dave must comply. The episode ends with a call to action. If you or someone you know is in a similar situation, don't hesitate to seek legal help. After all, these kids are raised on child support court, and every ruling carries long-term consequences. Justice isn't just about fairness, it's about securing the child's future. She mandates that he provide health insurance for the child, ensuring proper medical coverage. She reminds him that his casual arrangement with Miss Martinez doesn't excuse him from his legal duties as a father. His personal views on the situation don't change the law, and neglecting financial support isn't an option. The ruling is firm but fair, prioritizing the well-being of the child above all else. The judge also makes it clear that Mr. Dave's personal life, including his marriage, is irrelevant to the case, reinforcing